Peace talks have broken down between North and South Sudan. Some, including actor George Clooney, fear that country could return to a civil war if an agreement is not reached before next January's elections. John Jessup sat down for a one-on-one interview with the actor who's on a mission to help save Sudan.
Follow me.
George Clooney takes on many difficult roles in his Hollywood career, but his current challenge of promoting peace in Sudan is no act.
We need to get in there and do everything we can, not just as a country, but as the world, united in protecting these people.
Those people have suffered decades of brutal and deadly violence, and Clooney fears an upcoming referendum could literally split the country in two and perhaps lead to civil war.
Our point is that this is one that you can do now, not mopping it up afterwards, not coming in and saying, we didn't know about Rwanda, and we didn't know about the Congo, and we didn't know about Darfur, and millions of people died. This one we know about.
Clooney and human rights activist John Prendergast, who co-authored the book The Enough Moment with actor Don Cheadle, just returned from a week-long trip to southern Sudan. Prendergast says people there are excited about gaining their independence from the North's repressive Muslim-controlled regime.
They told us, in no uncertain terms, they're willing to fight and die for their chance at freedom. You know, these guys have gone through centuries of horrors, the people of southern Sudan, of slave raiding, of colonialism, and of terrible atrocities being committed against them. They finally are almost to the brink of getting the chance for independence. They're not going to be denied.
Clooney took up the cause after first traveling to Sudan in 2006. Since then, he and others have tried to put the spotlight on issues like Darfur, a region wrecked by genocide resulting in the murders of hundreds of thousands and the displacement of 2.5 million people.
Honestly, I was late to Darfur. I came in 2006, 2005 really. When faith-based groups, college students, had been talking about it for a long time. So my job is just to be a megaphone.
Prendergast credits Clooney for raising public awareness.
So what George does, and has done consistently by going there, not just sort of speaking out and issuing some press release from Hollywood, he goes there and spends time there, throws up behind huts, and does all the things that you need to do in order to find out what the heck is really going on in these places. And each time he does it, it puts literally tens and hundreds of thousands of new eyes and new voices into the constituency of conscience of people who are actually telling our public officials that it matters to us.
Clooney praised the work being done by the many Christian workers who dedicate their lives to this cause. He mentions a 21-year-old American missionary living in a small remote village accessible only by a 2-hour boat ride up the Nile.
And you realize that, and she's there because of her, she's on a mission and she's there working, and you have great faith in her belief, and you have great faith in her, doing what she believes is right. And so I have, first and foremost, the ultimate and utmost respect for everyone who's there, especially these young people, these young missionaries who are there really because they believe it's the right thing to do. And I got to tell you, that's, I come for a week. We got on a plane eventually and left, and they're going to be there with no lights and no electricity, and and a lot of ways to get hurt. And they're very brave.
And Clooney says he draws inspiration from Christian missionaries like these who joined the cause to help Sudan. John Jessup, CBN News, Washington.
Pat, hats off to George Clooney for recognizing the tireless, selfless work of these Christian ministries.
Well, we've been putting a spotlight on Darfur and also the terrible things that are being done out of Khartoum. There was a coup that put in a Muslim dictatorship in charge of Sudan. I was over with his name was Numeri, who was a former president, and it was a free country, and then all of a sudden the repressive Muslim regime came in and began to repress. Those people in Darfur have suffered like you can't believe. And the raiders, these Arab raiders, are egged on by the government, and they kill, these are black Muslims, they're being killed by Arab Muslims. I mean, it's a terrible, terrible thing that's happening. And It's time the United States stood behind John Garang and those others in southern Sudan to set up a free country. That's what they want, freedom, liberty, and to be free from that oppressive regime. And so congratulations, and we appreciate George Clooney and his team from going over there. And again, he's got a big megaphone and a big spotlight. Chris?